It is YRB Day, so we're going to catch you up everything 12. Erica Davis is here to win us some money, and we've got news out of 2311.
NASCAR Daily with Shannon Spake.
It's the last Thursday of the 2023 season. One day closer to cars getting on the racetrack, and one day closer to naming 3 champions in NASCAR. Hi, everyone. Shannon Spake, welcome to NASCAR Daily. It's Thursday, November 7th. Today is Ryan Blaney Day, so NASCAR is going to be celebrating him all day. You can follow along on their social channels. We're going to talk to Travis Geisler, who's a competition director. What is it like having to get 2 cars ready to compete for a championship and pack them up on the hauler and send them out west to Phoenix? We're going to find out. Plus, Erica Davis, we're going to make our last wager of the season, find out how we've done so far with our fake money. And yeah, that'll be fun to see how that goes. And we've got news out of 2311. So let's start right there. So we did mention earlier this week the penalties that came down for RCR, Trackhouse Racing, and of course, 2311. All 3 of those teams did say that they were going to appeal. RCR and Trackhouse will still appeal. However, 2311 sending this out yesterday. After internal deliberations, 2311 has decided not to appeal NASCAR's decision to penalize the number 23. We disagree with the penalty ruling and strongly believe that we did not break any rules at Martinsville, but it is in our conclusion that it's in our best interests and those of our team members, partners, and fans to fully devote our personnel and resources this week towards the championship and not an appeal. Okay, so they're focusing on Tyler Reddick's car and maybe even getting another win with Bubba Wallace. So that's coming out of 2311. The other appeals for RCR and Trackhouse will be heard today. So we'll probably have an answer on those by end of day or at least by end of week. Okay, Ryan Blaney, let's talk about the defending series champion. How did he get to where he is to compete for a championship? Well, it's based on his wins this season, Iowa, Pocono, and of course, most recently, Martinsville. So Ryan Blaney, the defending series champion, was able to advance to the playoffs through his wins during the season at Iowa and Pocono. And then, of course, the walk-off win last weekend, or I should say Sunday, at Martinsville. Second time in a row that he's won the Martinsville race, of course, punching his ticket to the championship and see how he does trying to defend that champion. It's been a long time since we've seen a back-to-back champion. Jimmy Johnson was the last to do it, so definitely a lot on the line this weekend. You want to see what he's going to be driving? Well, we've got that too. We've got his paint scheme. There it is. There's the number 12 that will be hitting the track this weekend. So looking good. YRB, young Ryan Blaney, looking good, definitely. And we have a member of Team Penske in the house. That would be Travis Geisler, the competition director for that organization. So you have one team headed to Phoenix that's known that they're going to be in for 2 weeks. The other that's known that they're going to be in for just a couple of days. Like, how do you even balance kind of getting those cars ready?
Yeah, fortunately, we just kind of stayed on the path that we were going to have both teams in, and that was really the focus, the whole time. And there really was no other option. At worst case scenario, you just end up with a 12 car that was super prepared and didn't get a chance to go run for the championship. And in this scenario, we have 2 cars that are ready to go.
How do you, is this week a different approach for you in terms of preparing the cars, or does it kind of stick to the schedule like you just said?
Yeah, I mean, you try to stay on schedule as much as you can. Certainly every little tiny detail that maybe on a normal week somebody would kind of let go because it really doesn't seem like it's going to have any impact at all. I think the biggest thing is making sure that you have done absolutely everything you can so that no matter what happens, at the end of the day, you can feel good about your effort. Sometimes you can't control racing, crazy things happen, flat tires, whatever may go on in the race. But if you've done everything you can possibly think of, you can at least rest easy that you put your best foot forward. I think that certainly preparing 2 cars is a little different. We had 2020, I think, was the last time we had 2 in the Final Four, and it definitely takes a little bit of a different mindset, to make sure that it's not just singular focus now. It's 2 of them. But I think the way our teams have worked together, especially the 12 and 22 all season, it's really just a continuation of how they've been working together and their preparation each week. Along with the 2, it's a good group, and we just kind of stayed on our normal plan and just trying to make sure every little detail is covered.
I remember when I used to do triathlons and marathons, and like you would sort of check your bag in and you had a checklist that you did like 4 or 5 times, but you were always like, gosh, I hope I didn't forget something. Is it like that when you watch those haulers pull away with the cars in it and head out to Phoenix?
Yeah, knowing that you're still got a plane in a couple days, you feel like maybe if it's something you could drag along on the plane, you could remember. But yeah, I mean, you definitely go through those checklists, and everybody has their own versions of it. The car chiefs certainly have kind of the physical checklists of their cars, and it's really just a take your time approach. Everybody go through that stuff multiple times and make sure. And again, we've been very fortunate to be in the Final Four now, a lot of years, 3 in a row now, and it's been just kind of an evolution of our process as a company to continue to evolve this time of year and try to make sure that we are prepared, ready to go. This isn't abnormal. This is the expectation, and we just kind of roll through it.
Yeah, championship drivers and championship crew chiefs, championship crews. What is the value in having that experience and knowing how to win this race or how to do what you have to do to win the championship?
It's really hard to put your finger on what being in the Final Four means, especially as a company year after year now. It's really just changed our confidence level and our preparation. I think that puts you in a spot as an athlete, whether you're going over the road or going over the wall, whether you're the driver, whether you're the crew chief making the calls, that you've been here, we've done this together, we can accomplish this goal. Let's go tackle whatever comes at us. And I think that's really the work's been put in. I think there is a certain point when you've studied enough for the test, it's just time to go in and take the test. And it really should be not easy, but it should be something that you expect. There shouldn't be any surprises along the way, and that's really the way you have to prepare.
Well, good luck to you. And yeah, I can't wait to see how everything plays out, and can't wait to see if history is made out there in Phoenix this weekend. Travis, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it, Shannon.
Every Thursday, our girl Erica Davis is here, Erica Renee D on social media, where you can find her. We're gonna try to win you some money, or maybe win us some money. What's going on, girl?
Hey, good morning, Shannon. What is going on in the world? I will tell you what's going on. We're going to place our last 2 bets of this season, and we're going to win some of our imaginary money back. And I predict we're going to not only win our money back, we're going to exceed where we started, depending on how much we wager.
All right. Well, I can't wait to see how we did last week and figure out what we're going to do in the final week of the season to try to break even, because I know we're struggling a little bit. Okay. What's our word of the week, girl?
Our word of the week this week is futures. Do you know what futures is, or do you know what futures are?
It's a rapper, right?
Okay, Shannon. You know what? This is the end of the episode. You already figured it all out. That is a good one. That is a good one. But futures, when it comes to sports betting, is any wager that you can make, let's say a week in advance, months in advance, even sometimes a year in advance. Let's say from a NASCAR perspective, at the beginning of the season, you could have bet on William Byron, for example, to have more than 4.5 wins on the season. Before the clash started, you could have bet on the actual NASCAR Cup Series champion. If you want to look at it from an NFL perspective, you could go to any sports book right now and bet on the Chiefs or the Lions to win the Super Bowl. And the upside of betting a futures wager months in advance or weeks or a year in advance is that sometimes you get a really incredible price on the bet. But the downside, Shannon, is that as the season ebbs and flows, that ticket that you're holding that you wagered months ago might lose its value, as the event that you have wagered on obviously might not end up happening.
Got it. So when we start the show again next year, we can bet our futures on who the champion might be, and then we'll see how the season goes. Okay. What did we do last week? How did we do?
Last week, we bet $48 on the 48 to finish in the top 10. And as I was watching the race, Shannon, I said, okay, we got this. But then,
we don't got this. So how much did we lose?
But we're coming back. I don't like to say lose. I like to say that we didn't win.
How much are we down?
We are now down to $736.60.
Okay.
And for those out there just catching up, we started off this season, the playoff season rather, with $1,000 of imaginary money. So we're not down too bad.
Glass half full on a Thursday morning. Okay, what are we going to do to win some money back in the final week of the season?
There are 2 wagers that I'm looking at. I'm looking at the winning manufacturer, and I'm also looking at the outright winner. But let's start with winning manufacturer. I think we should go with Ford.
Okay.
In that
I think
spot.
it's a pretty good bet, right?
I mean, I definitely think so from an odds perspective.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Fords
I
at
like
Phoenix?
it. I like it.
Okay.
I think you got 2 championship contenders who are driving Fords, and I think one of those guys are going to have to win the race to win the championship, and so I think it's a pretty good wager.
Okay, so that wager is plus 170, Ford plus 170. I know what I think we should wager, but I'm totally open to taking whatever you think we should wager.
Well, I think the 12 is going to win the championship, so let's go $12.
$12, Shannon. I was going to go bigger than that.
Okay, we'll go your number then.
I was going to do $50 so we can like actually
There you
start
go.
with this one. Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay. So we're going to wager $50 on Ford at plus 170.
Okay.
My mind is scrambled today. And if we hit that bet, that will win us a total of $135, including our initial wager.
All right, so
Okay.
you're saying we got a chance.
Yeah, we do. And so speaking of Ford being the winning manufacturer, I also like a Ford to win it all.
Okay.
Who do you like to win it all?
Yeah, I do. I just said Ryan Blaney, so 1,000%.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I definitely think Ford's going to win it all. It's either going to
Okay.
be Ryan or Joey, I think. So, yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay, so let's do $50 on that as well.
Okay.
It's
Wow.
the end of the it's the end of the
All
season.
all in with the chips.
We're betting $100 this week, which we've never done before. First time for everything. Might as well go out with a bang. So Ryan Blaney as the outright winner is plus 350 right now. So if Blaney also hits as the outright winner, we win a total of $225. So, and that's including our initial wager. So we could
Yeah.
be rolling in the big bucks this weekend, Shannon.
So we don't have a show next week. Friday is our last show, but you and I will definitely have to catch up and maybe do like a little post to see how if we win. If we don't win, then we'll just see you next year.
Exactly. If you don't hear from us until January, then take the
Yeah.
context clue.
Erica, it's been so awesome hanging with you this season, and thank you so much for like teaching me some of this stuff about betting and gambling and all that stuff, because I really think it has been beneficial. So if we do win big, we'll definitely get together and put together like a little video so everyone can know how we did in our final bet.
Awesome. Thanks, guys, for having me this playoff season, and see you next year.
Okay. That's it for Thursday. We've got one more show left before the end of the year. So tomorrow we're going to catch up with the crew guy, Ryan Patton from William Byron's team, 2-time champion, going over the wall this weekend. What's the pressure like for those crew guys? Plus, I'm so excited. Whitney Cummings, she is the honorary starter. We were able to catch up with her. She's so funny, so awesome, and she's a NASCAR fan, so excited to see her out there this weekend. And we were able to spend some time talking about what she's got planned for waving the flag this weekend. So we'll see you tomorrow.
NASCAR Daily with Shannon Spake.